Okay. The next. wait a second.
Mr. Miller, do you want me to just read the first 7 matters in one at a time and then let Tom explain the disposition on each case?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Case number 1, sir, is MI 2022-000961 for the property located at 3330 Rand Street. Tom?
I have the property at 3330 Rand as a unsafe designation was written against the property, but I have in our system that case has been marked complied. There's no action by the board.
Great.
Okay.
Item number 2.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Did Mr. Rabakowski need to be sworn in for this process?
I guess
I
he
believe
does.
he should be sworn in,
Okay.
making representations.
Tom, raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes,
Okay, so I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Mira Rivera, board member.
Ed Agus, board member.
Ryan McSherry, board counsel.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Chase Korea, Department of License and Inspections.
Tom Rabakowski, license and inspections.
Okay, Phil, you want to read it into the record?
Yes, sir. Item number 1 was MI 2022-000961 for the property located at 3330 Rand Street.
I have that the property was declared as unsafe, but that case has been marked complied in our system. There's no action by the board.
Okay,
Item number
Next
2 on
one.
today's list, sir, is MI 2024-0055, 451. That's for the property located at 736 through 38 East Passyunk Avenue. The appellants in that case have requested a continuance.
okay,
The next item is MI 2023-006024 for the property located at 1912 Catherine Street. And Mr. Rabakowski has an update on that one, I believe.
oh, okay, that's, all right. Tom, please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes,
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Mira Rivera, board member.
Sorry, I thought we did this once.
I think we have to do it for every case, right?
I hear you.
I think it's sufficient that we did at the beginning of the hearing. We've all been introduced, and Tom's been sworn in, so he's good for the hearing.
He's good for all the case. I don't have to swear him in anymore. Okay. All right,
He's still on
Tom.
he's still on the road. Yep.
Okay, good. All right, Tom, what's up with Catherine, or up with, Catherine Street?
1912 Catherine, there was a permit obtained and work completed. That case is marked complied in our system. There's no action by the board.
Okay,
Mr. Miller, the next item today is MI 2024-005453 for the property located at 5454 Lansdowne Avenue. In this case, the appellant has requested a continuance.
okay, we're good with that.
The next item is MI 2024-005454 for the property located at 1924 through 36 Washington Avenue. Mr. Rabakowski, I believe, has an update on that case.
The property at 1924 Washington, the case written against that location, declaring the property as unsafe, is marked complied in our system. There's no action by the board.
Okay, good.
Next item, sir, is MI 2024-005457 for the property located at 605 South 55th Street. And Mr. Rabakowski is going to update us on that.
For the property at 605 South 55th Street, the department issued a case against it. And in doing my research, I show that this case is marked complied. There's no action by the board.
Okay.
And our last violation matter, sir, is MI 2023-002267 for the property located at 2214 Garnett Street. Mr. Robakowski?
I have the property at 2214 Garnett Street, had a violation issued against the property. In doing my research, I've discovered that the case has been marked complied. There's no action by the board.
Okay, good job.
End reported.
Number 9. Phil, who's here for number 9 is going to be testifying?
Joshua Horvitz and Max, the last name is Pryzwara.
Yep, Josh Horvitz, I'm the attorney for the property owner, Maxwell Pryzwara.
Okay. Are you going to be the only one testifying, or is Max going to be testifying?
So Max will be here, and he was signed in as of a second ago, so my guess is maybe he's,
No, I'm
Yeah.
here, Josh.
Oh,
there he is.
there's
All right, good. So
Okay.
Max, I mean, I'll do all the talking, and then Max I'll just ask him to adopt my testimony at the end.
Okay, all right, so I have to swear you in. You're a lawyer, I don't have to swear you in, but I have to swear Max in if he's going to be a witness in this case.
We need to start the recording and
Okay, I just want to get that first. We'll start the recording, okay? Just to let you guys know.
Recording is going now.
Wayne, are you gonna announce the case?
First of all, I'm gonna swear Max in, okay? Max, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Brad Sherry, board counsel.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Okay.
Chase Korea, Department of License Inspections.
Okay, Phil, could you read that in for the record?
Yes, sir. Just to make a correction, this is item number 10 on today's list. MI 2024-005-293 for the property located at 3128 West Montgomery Avenue. Joshua Horvitz is the appellant. He's present in the room.
Joshua, go ahead. Present the case.
Mr.
Thank you,
Dimes
Mayor.
is joining as well.
Thank you. May I share my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Great. So I represent Max, who's here today. This is the first property he's purchased, both as an investment and as a home. It's a triplex, and he lives in unit 1 of the 3 units. Max bought this property last year from former owner who also operated the property as a triplex, and had a zoning permit issued in 2021 to confirm the 3-unit use, marketed the property as a 3-unit property, had a 3-unit rental license that was issued by the city shortly before Max purchased the property last year. And as I assume the board is aware, to get a rental license, you need all of the other requirements, including a certificate of occupancy. But apparently, this property was never issued a certificate of occupancy, and Max learned after the fact when he went to apply for the rental license after he had bought it for the 2 units he's renting there, and the city said, you have to get a CO. So he filed for the zoning permit, and now we're here. Zoning was permitted. The prior zoning permit exists. I guess he didn't even have to refile for it. The prior zoning permit was recently filed, but we filed for this building permit, but the retrofitting the property for the fire sprinkler requirement would be prohibitively expensive for him. He's able to make ends meet and taking in the other rents and living in the 3rd unit, but the costs were just, he's gotten quotes, they would be really dramatic, but the property's been configured this way for a very long time. We think, longer than the prior owner even. So the property has, the hallmarks of a property that's been a triplex for a long time. There's separate electrical panels for each unit and one for the common area. There's separate mailboxes, and there's a hardwired fire alarm system in the property. So I have in this packet the building plans, deed, settlement statement and deed to show that it was an arm's length transaction. The prior rental license, zoning permit for the 3 units that was there. He also got an appraisal when he bought the property, and it's on page 27 of the packet here. That the appraisal even said that the zoning was in compliance. On the left here in the middle, it says zoning compliance, legal. And so even, the appraiser thought it was legally zoned and approved. The property was marketed that way, unfortunately, in the MLS. The property was marketed, I have that right here. And so, maybe if it wasn't his first property purchased, he would have, known if this issue had hit, but really, I mean, even the appraiser, who's an expert, wasn't able to. So here in the MLS listing at the top of page 57, it says building is zoned RSA 5, but was granted a variance to be used as a triplex. So, we took that to mean that it's, if they're marketing it as a triplex, that it was legal as a triplex. But in any event, we're here for this refusal because of the fire sprinkler requirement. That's the only variance that we're asking for. And the property is otherwise safe, and has a hardwired fire alarm system. With that, we do have photos, and we show here the panels, and there's a hardwired fire alarm system and the mailboxes. But with that said, I'm happy to open it up to any questions.
Is the drawings that you show in there with the new enclosure around the stair, it's shown as a 1 hour separation. Has that already been built, or is that work still to be done?
Yep, so everything is existing condition in the plans.
Okay. So the red, yeah, what's outlined in red there, that's work that has already been completed.
Right, and the property was renovated, prior to my client buying the property, so.
Thanks.
Hey, how you doing? This is Lieutenant Dimes. Can you go back to the picture of that alarm system?
Sure.
It looks like a system that just not interconnected, hardwired. It actually looks like a full system. Let's see. Looks like I saw a pool. Yeah, you got an alarm panel. So that's not that's actually better than what you were describing. They're just not hardwired, interconnected. It's hardwired, but it's a full blown. Do you know if it's a monitored system?
Max?
What's that?
Monitored,
I to be honest with you, I don't fully understand what monitored means. Do you mean it would?
Yeah. So let's say there was a smoke detector went off, and if you have a smoke detector, it's not a smoke alarm because it's part of the system. So if smoke got to the hallway and it hit the smoke head, would the fire department be automatically notified through a third party monitoring company, or would just the notification appliances go off?
No, it would be the former.
be notified.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. All right.
Yeah,
Hey, Jace, when someone buys a building, do they know what they're buying, what it originally was? Maybe it was the things then they bought it was illegal when they bought the building. What was it?
So what happens is people, when they don't really know what a certificate of occupancy is. So when they see the zoning permit saying it's a triplex and they see the property certification calling out as a triplex, people take it firsthand that, hey, this is a triplex. But the thing is, a property cert is issued out based on the most recent zoning permit. And it should be, the way that it should be done, the way that a person should be buying a property is based on the CO.
Mhm.
That's when we know that, it is in accordance with the code. But
When you buy a place, don't they search that? Isn't that in a search? Find out what the occupancy is?
you should be getting a CO when you obtain a property, but I'm guessing that the kind of falls through the cracks when obtaining properties.
Mhm.
From
you
what
were
we've
saying
seen.
that when the rental license was issued, that should have had indicated that a CO, was submitted, and they
Mhm.
did that.
So
yes, I'm sorry. This is for
Yeah.
Josh. not you, is, assuming that that's what happened, the rental license was issued,
In
you know,
error.
in error. I mean, is that fair to say?
Yep. So Joshua, he has a rental license for a 3-family dwelling before he bought the property. Is that what the case was?
Yeah, the prior owner. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, based on what the owner is looking at, everything looks good to go, but they didn't have a CO.
Can you also show those, the meters? It looked like there were 4 meters there, like, 3 units in a house, but
That's what it would be. Yeah, there's 4.
Right, the 3 and the common areas.
Yeah.
Unit.
Yep. Okay, do we want to caucus because any other questions?
I'm
Does
looking at
anybody
the
else
old-
have any questions?
Yeah,
Amy?
I'm looking at the old zoning permit that was completed in 2023, and it talks about for the change of use of 3 commercial spaces into multifamily household living, were the 3 commercial spaces changed into residential?
No, so I'm not sure if you're looking at the right property. Here's the zoning permit that I have, most recent, 2021.
I'm looking at one dated 5/2/2022 that was complete.
3128 West Montgomery.
For 3421 Richmond.
Yeah, wrong property. Maybe because of the
Wrong,
bylaw.
no, and we're on Montgomery Avenue, number 10, not number 9.
I'm so sorry.
No, I was confused in the beginning too with it.
Got it. Yeah. So, yeah, do you guys want to caucus or do?
No, we don't have to caucus. We've been giving these variances out when they show you that it was when he bought it at the time, the 3 apartments. But we would like to caution you. I would really, we do this and because you guys didn't dig it deep enough. But if you ever buy another thing, Max, you better check it out. You know what I mean? And because we could very well make you sprinkle that building, but it's through no fault of your own, just maybe because you're new and you just bought a new place that you gotta check things out and find out what the occupancy was or the CO. Because it could have been, costly for you. You know what I mean? So just to give you a heads up. Aim or Ted, do you have a problem with this? Because we do
No,
need a variance on
I
it.
don't under the circumstances, and they've shown the things that, as you say, we would have asked
Yeah.
for. But I do want to say, I mean, it's ridiculous that title companies getting paid to do the reports that they do, that this should not be a basic check, on their list to confirm that there is a certificate of occupancy that aligns with what is being sold. And it's also ridiculous that when a rental license is issued, that they don't insist on getting all the pieces of the puzzle. This is not specific to you, and I don't care who hears this. It's something that unfortunately we hear so many cases where this has happened. And it doesn't have to be this way.
So. Amy, you okay?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that the existing fire alarm system would be up to code. As a 2 unit.
Max, it's all certified and up to code as far as you know, right?
Yeah, it is. I also, looked up the international building standards, and I've also installed the correct rated fire extinguishers in the common area hallway, as well as each of the individual units. I've been doing a lot on this property as far as just like trying to make everything as, up to code as possible and making sure like everything's good. So, yeah, I know the fire alarm system right now is up to code.
All right, Aim? Okay, all right, we're gonna give you the variance, okay? Good luck. All right.
We do have appellants in the room, sir, for, I believe, the next 3 cases.
Okay, and which is that, Richmond Street?
Number 8, 4629 Frankfurt Avenue.
Oh, okay, okay,
Number 9, 3421 Richmond. And
Okay.
number 11, 260 South 18th.
got it, okay, so we're on Richmond Street, I'm sorry, we're on Frankfurt Avenue. Let's take a look. Is Frankfurt Avenue in?
I'm going to bring them in right now, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right, let me see, who's going to be testifying for Frankfurt Avenue today?
Yes, this is Shin, I'm the architect. Okay, all right, I see you now. Okay,
All right, you're going to be testifying, Shane?
yes,
Okay, anyone else going to be testifying?
Me, Jack. I'm the owner.
Okay, Jack, you're the owner? All right.
Yes.
Is there anybody else going to be testifying?
No.
Okay. So what I have to do is I have to swear you in. I'm going to ask your full name, and then after, Jack, you want to go first? You're the owner. Give me your full name.
Yeah, my first name is Jack, Jack. Last name is Zhao.
Okay. And Jack, could you please raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah, tell the truth. Yes.
Okay, good. All right, the next one. Could you
Yes.
please raise your right hand, state your name?
yes. My name is Shin Yuan Chen. HSINGYUAN. And
Are you a
MCA.
lawyer?
No, I'm an architect.
Okay, all right. All right, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
John Dimes, Fire Code.
Brian McSherry, Board Counsel.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Jay Scurria, Department of License Inspections.
Okay, Phil, could you read that into the record?
Yes, sir. This is MI 2024-005-289 for the property located at 4629 Frankfurt Avenue. Sing Yuan Chen is the appellant. He's present in the room today, sir.
And
Okay.
excuse me, I just want to recognize that Ian Smith has their hand raised.
Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be a part of this group. I know I had a scheduled appointment for 2 o'clock to be with the board, but I'm not a part of this address.
Yeah, this is an open forum. We
Okay.
have to have it open to everybody. So what's your address?
3421 Richmond.
Okay, yeah, you're probably next or so in the case, but everybody can sit into this hearing because it's open to the public.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay, good deal. You want to proceed with the case? Whoever's going to present it?
yes. So I'm going to share my screen right now.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So basically, this is the refusal for the let me back up. So this building is the existing building, and first floor is a commercial. Second floor and third floor will be proposed for apartment for dwelling unit. So the refusal for this case is the because this is a landlocked. So in the rear we don't have the emergency escape connect to the street. So this is the main reason we are here and try to seek what's the best way we can have the rear bedroom. So let me show our floor plan. Okay, all right. So on the screen right, on the screen right now, this is a site plan you can see at the bottom, and the existing building on the second floor and third floor, there's a existing egress stair from the third floor and going down second floor, but they only go down to the first floor of the roof. So this will be the plan, the floor plan. So first floor is not a part of my scope of work, but this just showing the hatch line. This the existing commercial space and the stair going up to the second floor, which in the middle of the drawing. So because the existing floor plate is very big, so we have proposed unit 1 in the front and unit 2 in the back. And then you can see, if you see my mouse circle here, so there's the existing egress stair in the back. And then we would like to see, if possible, we can utilize this. So the same layout on the third floor, the stair going up, there's a unit 3 in the front and unit 4 in the back. So it's the same. And let me try to show you the photo. So this I believe the photo from the third floor looking down. So this is the rear stair I'm talking about. So and then, sorry. Yeah. So I think this is the second floor. Yeah, second floor. So you can see the first floor roof in the back. So
what is
yeah.
behind, beyond that one-story commercial roof? It looks like there's a like 3'9.5" inch. Is that to the property line? Is there another yard behind you, or?
Yeah, there's another, yes, there's another property behind us. So you're talking about this. So let me go
Yeah, the rear yard looks like it's landlocked.
yes.
I'm just wondering if there's access to an adjoining yard or any other, either directly behind or to the side.
On Google, it appears to be a vacant lot.
Where you got in? That's.
Oh, so that lot is vacant, but it's could be built on.
It's a lot, right?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a
So
parking
that's,
lot on that building just below it. That's all parking. Have you approached the neighbors to see if you could be allowed, egress from the back of your building? Not from where you have the hand there, but at the back of the first floor. I mean, there's sort of two issues. One is getting down to that roof, and then from that roof down to grade, which presumably would have to happen at the back. Whether there'd be any access to one of the neighbors.
Yeah, we tried to reach the owner of the back, and we never got it. I mean, never got his contact. So maybe it's vacant for a long time, and nobody take care of that land. We cannot find any people. Maybe the owner already gone. I don't know. So we didn't find anyone.
Well, I'm really asking about not just the one directly behind you, but to either side that's, I mean,
The next door is an immigrant. He don't speak English, and I tried to talk to him about explain it, and they say they they don't understand. So
yeah.
they don't want to do something. They like they don't want to put there in a bad situation or something. They don't want to sign any papers or something like that. That's why we have no choice. We have to go to this board.
The, at least I'm looking on Google. The one next door neighbor looks like it's a bank, BB&T Bank.
Yeah, the backyard, they have a driveway. They do have access, like to the street, but they don't want. You can use it, but they don't want sign any paper.
Oh.
Yeah, they are not flexible. They say they don't want sign anything paper. They cannot sell the house or something, will be related to his house. They don't want to give us any convenience. They say you can use it, but they don't want to sign paper.
Yeah. I mean, you
They
still,
don't have they don't have no buildings. They have only the front like me. They do have like a vacant lot for long, and I don't think they will build anything. But they don't want any paperwork.
I mean, there's still the issue of you coming down on that first floor roof. And while you can, let's say there was a fire in the second or third floor, you can get far away from that, but you still need to get down to grade.
Or otherwise we can demo like some feet of my backyard, or put more sprinkler, as the architect said. Get a Tyson, can you explain to the core? The architect say two ways to resolve the problem. One is like to demo some of the first floor commercial, leave a yard, and or put the actual sprinkler system head on the
But the building's already fully sprinklered, correct?
No, it's an old building. They don't have a sprinkler system. That's why we're going to get a new sprinkler system. So
Right, but you're intending to put in.
Yeah,
that's what it said on the application. So okay, yeah. And I mean, Jay's purely sprinklering it doesn't address the egress issue, right?
No. There isn't. I mean, obviously, I can't give any design proposals, but the other option that people have done in the past is provide a tunnel alleyway through the building.
Right. Well, that's what he was just suggesting. That he said that was one of the two options.
No, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amy,
The architect is trying to speak, but something's wrong with the audio. I think he's going to leave and come back. He's in the chat asking if anyone can hear him.
Got it.
I think the architect know better, and also the solutions by according to his experience and resolution, and he had more details of what to do for us.
He just flashed up on there.
Yeah. Hello, I'm back. Sorry, I
Yep.
don't know what happened. So,
How's it?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can hear you now. Yeah.
yeah. So did you see my presentation with
Yes.
the drawing? Yes.
We saw the drawing.
We saw the presentation. Yeah, we seen it.
Oh, okay. All right.
But then we were asking questions and it seemed like you were trying to speak.
Right.
The
Because I
client
don't.
thought
Yeah,
that you didn't.
I cannot hear you guys, and then when.
Can you hear me at all? No?
Yes, I can hear you now.
He said that you had two possible solutions One was essentially creating a tunnel back through the first floor commercial space back to the street. And the second was sprinklering, but sprinklering alone, which you're doing anyhow, would allow egress for those bedrooms at the back on the upper 2 floors.
Yes, we proposed the full sprinkler and PA 13 already in the proposed building permit drawing.
Right.
And then so we need to do additional the tunnel through interior of the first floor.
Right. Oh, yeah, it sounded like you had another solution, but no, it was really just the tunnel was the only solution. I think you may not have heard this, but the adjacent property appears to be a bank with a parking lot at the back.
Yes.
If you got a, you know, if there was an easement where they allowed you to, in an emergency, to a gate from your backyard to there, you would still have to get down to that grade level to do that. But
yes,
that's, you know, it may be worth pursuing, exploring that as opposed to the tunnel that you're taking away from your commercial space. But otherwise, I mean, Amy and Wayne, do you feel like, you know, the tunnel would, they would have to do that if, you know?
We
I mean,
might have to give them a variance for exit remoteness.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But so from
Yeah,
the,
didn't he say that the bank wouldn't give him anything in writing?
right,
No, the next door and both neighbors, nobody, you know, you can do your whatever you want, but they don't want sign any
They don't want to
paper.
put anything in writing.
No, they said they don't want easement. They said they can, you know, when they sell the property, they have easements. It's hard to sell. It's like you know, it's not easy. Once you are, because they are helping you, and you know, they don't want help. They don't want help. You know, like they don't want help you to get the thing done.
Does the easement stay with the house even though when it's sold?
yes, stays with the lot.
Yes.
Does it? Oh, okay. I wasn't aware. I thought it might have went away.
So just to be clear, you said both neighbors, but we're talking specifically about the one at the bottom of the line.
The bank, they don't have even any people responsible. They are only people work there. They nobody that's you know, that's even harder. The next door neighbor, I even know her in person, and she said you can use whatever you want, but I don't want to give you an easement sign in the paper on my deed. He said, you know, like I just want to give you the convenience, but not on the paper.
Okay, Aim, you want to caucus?
Well, I'm just, and this isn't necessarily part of this. I'm just trying to understand what's going on at the property. There's a bunch of violations that are still open.
Yeah, the violation is when I try to fix fix a building and I don't get the building permit and I have to get a building permit.
Okay.
It was their apartment it was apartment before. It's already there before.
Right.
So it sounds like you are willing to run that tunnel through the first floor.
Yeah, I'm open as long as it's a resolve the problem. I'm more than open to work out a way. At least we work out a way how to resolve this issue. If I'm not begging the neighbors and while they refuse to,
they would have to get down that stair that stops at the roof.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
That would need to continue down to into the
How do you get off the roof?
Yeah.
Down again.
Yeah. So that means if we want to build the internal internal. It looks like we will need to do kind of addition, like a, just kind of like a pilot house had the stair going down.
Okay,
Yeah, if there's a way to do that where you don't block all those windows on the second floor and kind of rotating that 90 degree, yeah, it may be hard to do that and keep the fire escape as it is. So you're saying that might be
Yeah.
something, all 3 floors, it would be and then that would lead you directly to that alley on the first floor that would take you where you've kind of shown that, assuming that's, yeah, in green and red.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would satisfy the code requirement, correct, Chase? I mean, is that,
well, except for the exit remoteness, which I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it doesn't need it.
oh, is this required for the second and the third floor to do that, or is it only the third floor unit that has that
Oh,
requirement?
that's true, I don't think a second stair is necessarily required. We're just trying to get them out of the back. Or maybe exit remoteness isn't an issue.
Yeah, the second floor tenant is okay with just the front stair.
Just the one stair is only required.
It's the third floor that
How-
would need,
How many stories was this again? I'm sorry. It's
3-story.
Okay.
I thought,
You
I
don't, you
thought
only
third
need
floor.
one exit.
Yeah, they
Is
only
this-
need one exit.
This is just for emergency escape and rescue in the back because they have the bedrooms in the back.
and that applies to
Right.
the third then, okay.
Yeah, because the bedroom need to have the emergency basket.
I can't read the plan so well. Is there only one bedroom in the back of each?
Yes,
Right now, yes, and then
And
the
Jason-
middle one, because there's no egress, and then we just put
Right.
the office, yeah, like a study room.
So Jace, does that stair have to be off the bedroom or can it be off the kitchen dining?
Unless they have the windows that are big enough to accommodate the emergency escape and rescue. Is that window not compliant?
Oh, sorry, which one?
the one,
bed-
one up at the top there?
Yeah, this is a bedroom 4, yes.
No.
Yeah, this window big enough,
It's big enough, okay.
yeah,
This is
but
just
still,
this is just an existing egress stair that's there, you're saying, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. And then I think for the code, we still need the window, and then for
You
for
definitely
any
need-
bedroom,
You definitely need the
Right.
window for the bedroom, yep, in the rear. The problem
yeah.
is yours is landlocked, so what you have to do is you either have to have access to the adjacent property, so you could be at least 50 feet away, or you have to provide a tunnel alleyway. And based on what you guys are stating, you're okay with putting the tunnel alleyway in. So that'd be a proviso given by the board.
And you just
Okay.
have a way of getting from each of those bedrooms to that tunnel alleyway, and that's with some kind of stair connecting 3 levels.
Why do you need a stair if it's for the bedroom?
Because you can't get off the roof of the second floor right now. So he needs a stair from the roof of the second floor down to the ground floor to get in this tunnel.
Okay, so then just have another exterior stair out in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk across the roof to get to that, if you were doing that, Chase. See if, you see the first floor plan at the bottom, there, it extends out almost the property line. It's the second and third floor are pulled back by, 30.
Right. So can you mention again, sorry, I kind of missed that. So I can do the interior tunnel,
That's
but
all you
how
need
do
to
we-
make this. Uh-huh.
but how do we do on the top?
But Chase, don't they have to be able to get from those escape windows somehow down to the grade where that tunnel starts?
Right, so can you show me how your first floor looks like? When
Uh,
you're at-
yeah, this at the bottom here, here's the first floor
Easy
The
man.
hatching.
with a hatch. This is the first floor.
You have room
So-
for a stair in the back.
Oh, you
You
mean
don't-
we put a stair between the wall and property line?
Yeah, and we,
You
if
could,
it
and
would
then
have to be non-combustible, we could
Right.
accept that as a, that's a variance because of the proximity to the property line. But yeah, if you did that and that led you to the,
to the
tunnel,
alleyway, it should be okay. The thing is, the board will give you a proviso because the remoteness of the exterior stairs within 10 feet of the lot line, so there will be
Yeah.
2 provisos.
Okay, so basically we will provide a non-combustible stair. And going from whatever the first, which is the second floor outside the first floor roof. And going down to the first floor interior tunnel and egress to the front.
Mhm.
yeah, the stair
So-
will have to run from top to bottom to, dump out where you get to that tunnel, so.
Right. Okay,
And that would be a 2-hour rated tunnel.
okay, 2-hour rated
That's
tunnel.
what we want, yeah.
And that would include the ceiling of, underneath the second.
The ceiling of it.
Okay.
Yes, so, sorry, so you say this ceiling will be 2-hour also?
The ceiling of the tunnel. The ceiling and walls of the tunnel would be 2 hours.
Oh, the ceiling of the tunnel, I see, yes, okay, understand.
Is there a tenant in the ground floor space right now?
First floor, yes.
But you're, you're
Okay.
willing to take that away.
And it's the same as steel.
Right, Jace, just to be clear, the 2 provisos you're talking about is the proviso that they're allowed to enter a tunnel that takes them back through the building to get out.
Yep,
And then one that
Yes.
they have a non-combustible stair in the rear yard that is too close to the property line.
exactly. It's required to be 10 feet, but they have,
Okay,
Okay,
all right,
everybody
Thank you.
good? Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
yeah,
Sorry, just one thing. There probably needs to be some kind of guardrail or whatever when you come down to get to the back stair across that.
yes,
Some way to safely get, this happens in the middle of the night, somebody can, find
so
that.
basically we create kind of like a pathway with a guardrail.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll figure it out, but or Jack, you'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you,
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you.
Right.
It's finished. We can leave now.
Yes, you can. You're good.
Okay,
Have a
All
good
right,
day.
thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. The next one is
Number 9, sir.
Richmond Street, right?
3421 Richmond. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good
Are you
afternoon,
guys ready?
everybody. Oh, yeah.
Ian, are you the only person going to be testifying today?
Yes, I am, sir.
Just you, okay?
Yes.
All right, Ian, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Indeed, I do.
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
John Dimes Fire Code.
Ryan McSherry, Board Counsel.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Jace Correa, Department of License Inspections.
Okay, Phil, could you read that into the record, please?
Yes, sir. This is MI 2024-005-287 for the property located at 3421 Richmond Street. Ian Smith is the appellant. He's present in the room today, sir.
Ian, you want to present the case, pal?
Yes, I will. I'm ready to
Okay.
share my screen. Thank you so much. So that's 1 and that's 2. Hopefully you can see that.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So the property, I don't know how much you know, but usually and in the past you've had plans available to you, but I guess we're all on Zoom. So I want to walk through this. Right now, Richmond Street, we are on the east side of Richmond Street, up near Schiller and Medvale. And it is a multi-tenant building, right? So I'm just going to try to sketch around it right now so you can see that. Multi-tenant building. And the tenant space that we are talking about is here. I am the building architect for this building and help to sort of get all the other tenants and the residential in place for this and know a lot about it. But ultimately, we're really just talking about this tenant space here. It does have a history. It was for about 4 to 5 years a hair salon, and operated as a retail spot. And there's a new tenant for a new use, and the goal is to try to make sure that we align this kind of use that can be again interpreted in multiple different ways appropriately with the building code. And I think in some ways it just doesn't fit. Its description of how it's going to be operated and run doesn't really fit with how the building code is established. So we've been requested to sort of walk this through Board of Building Standards. So that being said, ultimately, we're working with some parameters that are existing, and we're hoping not to have to add facilities, and that being the case would be a toilet room facility. So we have one toilet room facility. It is accessible, and that would restrict its sort of the number of occupants for the building if you were to hold on to that to approximately 25 based on this use. Now, I mean, part of what I was trying to achieve was trying to figure out how to reconcile the area of the space in of itself, what would be allowed occupant-wise, and how that would and how that works within the building code. Part of my interest was trying to keep the occupancy below 49, so it would be qualified as a business use as opposed to an assembly use, right? And generally speaking, that could work, but with only having one toilet room, it presents a challenge, and that occupancy would be further restricted to 25 based on the building code under a building business professional use category. The plan reviewer felt that the floor area is too great for such a restricted occupancy and required some resolve in that case. Partly what I typically do when I prepare plans is to sort of find the shortest thing as opposed to sort of like trying to articulate everything. I mean, ultimately, this is on the first floor. It's directly out to the public right of way. Based on the travel distance, we can get everybody out of one exit egress point. Although it has two egress doors, one would satisfy the need. But ultimately, if we're going to strictly, because it has a new use, strictly sort of do a ratio for occupancy, the count is greater than what I tried to sort of facilitate for the tenants. Partially why I did it is because the character of the business. This is it services children and adults, but it is not a daycare of its intended use. It's not to drop your kids off and let them stay there for 8 to 12 hours and then come to pick them up. This is like a more of an entertainment facility where kids go to, when you have parents, you need to take them somewhere, but you can't take them to the playground. You take them to an indoor play area and you watch them while they're there. You have an hour and then you leave, and possibly maybe staging some birthday parties for the kids. This is really not as easy. It's not, from my point of view, it's not easy to show in a plan set. And the goal here is to give better character as to how this space is operating. So you can kind of see why the occupancy level wouldn't be as great as we would normally expect in a space this big if we were just taking it based on the black and white. Does that make sense? Does everyone follow me so far?
Can you zoom in on your plan so we can, I know you're saying it's very vague, but so we can see it.
Right. So I think I have the area. Let me see if I can pan before I jump on that. But the area for the entire space is 1,600 square feet. And if you were to use the code, it's 124 occupants, and that's standing room, basically back to, front, kind of, no furniture. Well, no, 15 square feet net. So that's like tables and chairs, unconcentrated. It comes to 124 occupants. They're not going to have 124 occupants. They couldn't possibly in this space, nor would you want to have that many kids, that many parents running through this space if you saw the furniture. But I'm going to go back to the plan. This is the plan. Richmond Street's at the top. Coming through the front door, you have a reception area and sort of retail area where people would collect and queue before being let into the main play area, which would be to the right here, right? And that's where people would sort of operate and sort of behave. There's a small office for the, sort of the person who's managing the space at the time, so they can do paperwork and whatnot, waivers, you name it. And then you have these toddler play areas, right? So you have something back here is kind of an open floor area space, this kind of sort of low wall built sort of space that's supposed to be like a themed play area. Then there's another grocery store theme area. If you look at my, let's see if I can, my cursor, seeing where that is, another infant play area here. So primarily, as you see, the accessible route and the egress route is primarily circulation. And then here in the back would be a staging area for staging the birthday party where people would sit and open presents, eat the cake, sort of, do their thing. It's a little bit more resilient. And then sort of then be released to go play. And then there's a small outdoor area in the back here that is really a sort of accessory to the play area space, as opposed to an outdoor space that's intended to be sort of isolated or separate. It's really all managed at the same time. One thing in particular that I would like to sort of stress, is that these are timed visits. So someone would basically, let's just say, buy a ticket or schedule a visit. It's an hour and a half visit. That time would expire, and then they would leave, and the next group would come in. So there's a constant sort of processing of individuals coming through the space. To give you a sense of what that is, I am prepared to show you some photographs. Primarily, I'm supporting someone that is not totally familiar with the building permit process and the zoning process. So they did install some of the stuff in advance with the hope that this would get approved. But again, not with my direction. I did not direct them to do that. They have a timeline. They had money at risk. They wanted to complete the project, and they have that. So, but there you have it with the space there. And I think I did some things with my cursor that crossed out some of the labels there, but it's not intended. On the next page, just lighting plan, reflected ceiling plan of some of the spaces, the bathroom details. So that primarily covers that. And then maybe I can walk through some of the interior spaces. I'm going to see if I can. So,
sorry, Ian,
this has an NFPA 13 in it already?
Yes, it does.
So Ian, that I think in your table it called, you are proposing a maximum occupancy of 25. Did I read that correctly?
I was to restrict it to the amount of, because of the toilet room restriction, right? With the amount of occupants, because we only have one accessible toilet room.
Yeah. And okay, and would you be willing to post it for a maximum occupancy, or is that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've cleared that with the owner. I mean, I did make sure that the owner, in order to get through this quickly, the way I would approach it is try to restrict the occupancy. If you look at the furniture, I would imagine 25 is probably more than it can actually serve. When you think about parents and kids and the space that kids need in order to play in a space, you're not going to densely pack it like a discotheque, right? It's not going to be something like that. And yeah, I brought the photos to sort of reinforce that, but yeah, that's the intent.
But if there were a birthday party going on and people were coming in a timed manner, you could probably be over 25 easily.
Right, but it would be compartmentalized and sort of staged, and it's all on the first floor. We have two means of egress, not one, and I can show that there's some redundancy with regard to the exit access.
Right, but you're saying you'd be willing to have an LO of 25, but that's within that whole space, not in compartments.
Right, but compartmentalized in the sense that you can see the outside from the source. So if someone were staged, they'd be in this small space that's approximately 400 square feet, right? And you have a reception desk, so someone controlling sort of the operation in that capacity. You can see every single corner here. This would be gated where you wouldn't be allowed to go in. And, not gated in the sense of like secured gate, but like a child gate kind of thing. But your egress door is right here to the top.
Yeah.
And you probably have maximum, I would say, maybe 10 people waiting in that space. You wouldn't have that many where it would be like you're going to see a concert or it's at a casino. It's one of these kind of
Cumulatively, all of those compartments would add up to 25 or less.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you show the photographs just for a second?
Yeah. Right. So this first photograph here, I'm going to try to make sure you can see everything. This is that sort of seating area in the back for kids, right? Like for birthday part, like for to eat and to have a break out of play and sort of sit down. And you have this kind of adult table that's managing that, right? So that's the furniture that's in there currently. So the next photo, hold on a second, let's advance this.
That's about 28 seats, which you have right there. I know these little, not to quibble, but you know, you can pack.
Right, well, you know, I mean, you know, at any one time, I don't know how they're going to make that work, but again, I'm trying to restrict it to get to the proof. They're aware of what has to happen. If we post this, we can make sure that they, you know, I mean, I'm not really intending trying to figure out how to solve it. Otherwise, they have to spend money for a second toilet room.
Well, and it's only the toilet, the lack of toilet, a second toilet that is driving this. It's not egress, anything else.
And if I don't want to be strictly aligning with the code, that's the reason why I'm trying to keep the occupancy lower. Now, I know there's some in the past, there has been some latitude with regard to allowing for a lower number of toilet rooms for restaurants or takeout spaces and whatnot. I mean, if we could see the value in this, the fact that there are 2 egress doors, it's on the first level of grade, direct access to the public right of way. The travel distance is well within this. It's sprinklered NFPA 13. All the occupants are relatively safe in this space.
And many of them are wearing diapers, so.
Well, with parents, though. They're there with parents. They're not being left.
No, and that helps in terms of supervision.
They're using the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a refusal based on there not being two exits are required if there are 2 exits?
It's only because I identified only one, even though there are 2.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like,
it's because of the exit remoteness. It's too close together.
Oh, the one in the front, the one in the back? Actually, there's 2 in the front.
There's 2 in the front.
There's only 2 in the front. The one in the back is a gated area. There's no exit out that way.
Right. And this this is Port Richmond, and it is not the safest area. It's in the industrial sort of area along Richmond Street, you know, just beyond the northbound entrance to 95 off of Richmond. And again, having that doorway in the back, you know, in some ways invites people to want to get in, right? So it's part of the reason why that the owner of the building hasn't provided that as an exit, and it's been that way, I don't know, at least 10 plus years.
But doesn't the side of the rear yard exit onto the sidewalk?
It doesn't. Currently, it doesn't. I'm going to see if I can pull up some of the other photographs.
I mean, I'm looking on Google. This is the corner, right?
This is the corner, yes.
Okay. It just looks like the backyard has a fence right along the sidewalk.
Yeah, it does have a. I think from what I recall that there is a fence along the sidewalk, but the thing is, there's no opening through the fence.
There's no door.
There's no door.
But that's an easy.
I mean, couldn't that be
compliant?
I mean, it's a you know, it's one of these custom fences that was produced. So it's not like something like a chain link fence or like a pre-manufactured fence. It was like a custom metal, you know, stock tube fence with this wood slatting, and you'd have to re-engineer the whole entire fence to put it there.
Okay.
I think I wonder if I can. I don't know why I'm not able to advance these photographs, but let me see if I can. Won't let me. Second, I think I'm going to try to open them up.
Is there a basement under this?
There is no basement.
Okay.
So play items. Right. This is the lobby reception area, sort of staging area with the bathroom. You can see on the left there is like sort of merch to kind of sell so that they have it in. So it's intended to be a little bit more spacious, not to be like a compacted sort of staging area. You can see the small little play gate right there, the entry. Giving the kids a sense of what that is. This is the toilet room area for kids, you know, diaper changing and whatnot. This is the play area. Primarily, you can see that, you know, the really sort of quadrants for management of little kids running around as opposed to like this general function area. In some sense. On the left in yellow is the office space. To the right, behind the blue wall, is that eating area. That makes sense. The small little tent, play area. There's that front door, which, you know, does swing out for egress. It's a possibility to have egress there. And there's that seating area in the back. And there's the outdoor sort of sitting area in the back as well. The outdoor area.
Mhm.
And then this last so the eating area looking in through the play area and the office space.
And the outdoor play area is not included in the occupancy calculation, I assume?
Yes, it's not included.
Okay. I mean, this seems like it's really just a functional thing about whether people will be inconvenienced by only having the one toilet, you know, that. If
And
that's
is that why you're limiting the 25 because of the one?
That is correct.
Well, or were you saying if it was under 49 or?
Originally, I was
That's
hoping
for
that I could
business.
get it under 49, but when looking at the toilet counts,
Oh, okay, it needs to be.
I couldn't make it work.
Okay.
Right? Like I was like, oh, I can't make this work.
Are we good with 25?
Let's caucus.
Okay. All right. Okey-dokey. Okay. All right, Ian.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna give you 35 kids in there. All right?
Okay.
35, a lawful occupancy of 35 total.
Okay. With one toilet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
It may be worth making it clear to people, you know, who are using the place that there is that limit, especially if it's going to be used for changing, you know, tied up at times and you got little kids in a birthday party, but.
Or yeah, put a changing room, make a separate
That's
changing
what I
room.
was gonna say. Put a little changing
But
room
that's gonna-
someplace. If they're just changing a kid, you know, a little
Right.
baby or something, they ain't taking
Right.
up the bathroom.
But maybe that could take up the office space. I mean, because
Yeah.
it is an enclosed space. I mean, I don't know if you really need that office space.
Yeah, I would just, you know, urge your client to make it as comfortable for the people who use it so they come back over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know that would be a good value proposition for business for sure.
Yeah, we
How's
could
that, all right?
put a potty in the backyard, but you wouldn't be able to service it without a gate.
So basically what I put on my plans, BBS agreed to a 35 lawful occupancy and a single toilet room and all of that. All right, cool.
Yes.
So give you the variance with the proviso that the remoteness for the two exits is okay.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So does that mean an exit off the fence or just the two exits out the front?
Two exits out the front.
All right, great.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, Ian. Thanks,
All
pal.
right. See you
Talk to
soon.
you. All right, pal. Okay. We ready?
Yes, sir. That brings us to the last matter of the day, 260 South 18th Street.
Okay. How many people are here from 260 South 18th Street?
Hello, I'm Mark Wallace. I'm the architect for the project.
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
Good. How you guys?
Who else is with you?
We
I'm
have
Raju
Raju, the sorry. Go ahead, Raju.
I'm sorry, I'm Raju Gajula. I'm the manager of the property, the owner and manager of the property.
Okay. You have anyone else?
Yes, I'm Eric Manson. I am the applicant for this.
Okay.
review.
Do you have anyone else?
That should be all.
Okay. Mark, what I have to do is swear each one of you guys in. Could you state your name first? And we'll start with you, Mark.
Mark Wallace.
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, Raju, could you please state your name and how to spell it?
My full name is Nagaraju Gajula. I go by the name Raju also.
Okay, could you, you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Eric, if you're gonna be testifying, could you please raise your right hand? Swear to tell the truth, right hand, that, the other right, Eric.
One of those hands.
Stage right.
Yeah.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, on this hand.
Okay. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
John Dimes, Fire Code.
Pat McSherry, Board Counsel.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Jay Scurria, Department of License Inspections.
Okay, Phil, could you read that into the record, please?
Yes, sir. This is MI 2024-005-521 for the property located at 260 South 18th Street. Brett Madsen is the appellant. He's present in the room today, sir.
Okay, whoever's gonna present the case, go ahead.
All right, so we'll start off with the site. We are a block and a half south of Rittenhouse Square on 18th Street. Here's a photograph. It is an existing 4-story historically designated art gallery at the moment. All 4 floors are used as the gallery space. It is our intention, I'm sure our life safety plans, to fit out the top 3 stories as flats. So it'll be 3 total residential units and 1 commercial unit at the first floor and cellar. Our design, we're demolishing just a small back corner of the site to let in light and air into our design. There's also an existing 3-foot wide alley that discharges to the right of way to the street just to the north of us that I'm blanking out on, Manning Street. So we do have access from this rear portion to the right of way on the adjacent street. Our ask here is with the configuration of this building, we want to use the existing stair tower that's there, use a 2-hour rating around that, and then our flats end up being around 1,000 square feet. When we were looking at this project initially, it was very difficult to locate a second stair tower in this space, as what it turns those units into somewhere around like 800, 850. And to make the project commercially viable, we need them to be a little bit larger, 2-bedroom units, where those would be large 1-beds. Right now, the building is not sprinklered. We are proposing sprinkling the building with a full NFPA 13 system throughout, not the residential system. And we are planning on in between each floor, that is, all the floors in the building now are not rated. We'll be providing an hour rating in between each unit. So the building that's not compartmentalized at all now will be compartmentalized at each floor with at least an hour rating. The egress enclosure will be rated 2 hours. And I believe that is kind of it. There's also there's no roof deck. There's no roof occupancy.
Okay. Any questions, Aim, Ted?
The refusal is only the second exit, is that correct?
That is correct. That is the only thing we're seeking relief from. We didn't submit a full construction document set yet. We wanted to meet with you guys first to get your opinion before we went through that full process.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Dimes. On the things you're proposing with the hour rating and sprinkler stuff, all that would be required in a level 3, level 2, level 3 rehab anyway. Is that accurate or not?
The rating between would be required. The sprinkler system would only be required to be the residential above the first floor. So we would do like a mix system where the first floor commercial would get the full NFPA 13 system and the R system for the residential uses. But we're proposing the full fire suppression system to be a full NFPA 13 throughout the entire structure.
Thank you.
And do any of the, can't really look at the plans at this size, but are any bedrooms on the back? But they would have access to that little mini courtyard and to the alley as a
Correct. So essentially, let me look at a typical floor. So what is this? This is the third floor. So we have the existing like curved stairs. We want to try to retain that character. We're adding the 2-hour enclosure around that. You would enter into the living room to front onto 18th Street, and then both bedrooms would have access to a balcony that we're adding in the back. And you can see this dashed line is the amount of building that we're demolishing to make sure that we have enough space to get light and air into both these bedrooms. And then, yes, as you can see, like the property line that goes perpendicular here, that is the existing 3-foot alley that is deeded to this property.
Got it.
One thing I did forget to mention, with it being the gallery space without the occupancy was cut more than in half going to a residential use as well on the upper floors. I think it ends up being just like 5 and change occupants per floor.
You want to caucus, Aim, Ted?
Yes, please.
Okay. We're not comfortable with just the one form of egress. What we're thinking is that if you could put maybe a spiral staircase in by the balconies down from the 4th floor to the ground, that would be, you know, possible for you guys to do that.
Yeah, we can try to have a staircase in the rear and the exterior that meets the fire escape requirements. The what is it, the 22-inch wide that the
And I mean, one, you know, variation of that is if in lieu of the balcony, if that essentially was a landing for the stair, whatever, we're comfortable with the configuration. It has to be non-combustible regardless because of
correct. Yeah.
And we would be giving a variance because of the proximity to the property lines, but and it's needed for the 3rd floor and the 4th floor. Technically not needed for the 2nd floor, but ideally you should probably make it, you know, serve.
It shouldn't be needed for the 3rd floor either. It's just the 4th floor that would be required.
Well, the refusal says anything 3rd floor and above.
Yeah, Jace, is that in error or?
Yeah, there's no travel distance issues. You can have a residence at a 3rd floor with one means of egress.
Right, you could, yeah, it's only applicable for the 4th floor level.
Okay.
But if we were to put one on the rear, we would put a stop at each floor. I mean, I don't know why I'm picking that fight, but like it wouldn't make any sense not to. So yeah.
And it would still sort of function as a balcony, sort of. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Okay. We're good with it. So you got your variance for that, all right?
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day.
Okay, guys. Good luck, all right?
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. At the end. So the ones that we didn't do is number 12. That's to be continued.
That should be
Move
the
to
last one.
919.
Yes, that should be the last one to be read in.
Okay.
I can do that if you like, sir. That's
Yeah, please do.
MI 2024-005-548 for the property located at 4401 Holden Street. The appellant contacted us and requested a continuance. This is being continued to the next session of 9/19/24.
Okay, we're good with it.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
All right, guys, I guess
Okay.
this is my last BBS.
End recording.